Welcome back. We're here with Patty Hale and Mayor Ken Purdy. And Mayor Purdy, we were talking a little bit about some of the improvements that have been recognized within the city and the area, and how everything is a vital cog. The municipal airport, the improvements there, the hospital, the improvements there. These improvements are due in no small part to our sales tax revenue. And as I know you are very, very familiar with, and Patty also, that Tahlequah has been lucky in that we haven't seen a huge decrease in our sales tax revenues like many of our neighboring communities.
Yeah, there are just some nightmare headlines that we read in the newspaper, especially to our larger metropolitan area to the west of us, Tulsa. Of course, I think everybody understands and knows, has some knowledge about the problems that they're facing. We haven't had the problems of that magnitude. I don't mean to sugarcoat what is otherwise a very difficult economic time that not only we're facing throughout the country, but here in Oklahoma as well. And we have our own challenges here in Tahlequah. Our sales tax revenue is, like so many other communities, down a little bit. But it is not down to the point where we're having to look at making a substantial reduction in services or personnel, or those things that are related to public services that the municipal government provides. And they do. They provide it all almost exclusively on retail sales tax dollars. That's why it's so important that everybody recognize that when we shop at home, we feed that money back into the services that we're looking for, the fire services, the police services, our parks, Patty, you mentioned a minute ago, all the things that municipal government does.
And what's really amazing about those figures is that part of that time we had a half-cent of our sales tax taken off. The voters voted that half-cent extension to begin again. Did it begin October 1st or November 1st?
It began in October. I've never been so proud of the community.
I was very proud of the community also, because it shows that they realize that this is an investment.
Absolutely. I've used that term many times before, Kate. It truly is a reinvestment in the community. Back in April of '09, we asked the community to go to the polls and to vote on a proposition to reissue or rededicate a half-cent of the sales tax rate that's assessed in Tahlequah, which is a total of 9%. The city gets 2% of that. On every dollar that we spend, 2 cents goes to support public services of the city of Tahlequah. We asked the voters to consider taking a half a cent and reinvesting it in a pool of funds that would allow us to do capital improvements that we've never seen before in this community. We have never asked the community to consider a reinvestment to the tune of about $5 million for the city. But I thought it was a terribly important question. I don't think communities can grow unless we are willing to ask ourselves that question periodically as a community. And as I say, I've never been so pleased to see the positive response from the community. I can't remember the exact percentage, but it was about 2/3 of the voters said absolutely, we want to reinvest those funds. We're doing that in a number of different projects, number of capital improvements. Planning is underway on all of them. Some of the projects actually we're turning dirt on right now. It did get started back in October, so we started accumulating the funds in October. We issued a series of bonds to be able to do the project. And so we're doing street projects virtually in all areas of the community. We have a sports complex that is in high demand by especially young families in the community. We all, I think, have had children that wanted to be involved in outdoor recreation activities, and so we're going to have a dedicated facility that'll be a first-class operation that'll be able to accommodate that. We're building a new fire station out on the south end of town. It won't take place at the central fire station, that'll stay, but it's just, again, a reflection of the expansion of services that we have to be able to do to accommodate the growth and development that's happened in Tahlequah. And then we're doing some kind of fun stuff in the downtown area to really put a new face on downtown Tahlequah. And again, dress it up and make it a very pedestrian-friendly kind of environment that people want to spend time in. And I think the merchants in the downtown area should be pretty happy about it too, because I believe we'll attract people who want to come down to that area and go in and out of the stores and probably drop a little bit of change while they're doing it.
Yes, and put some money into our coffers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, a lot of people that come new to this town, they're looking for where's the shopping mall and everything like that. And you know, where we might not have the big box shopping mall, we do have a cool, quaint downtown, and it just gets better every year. And I think with these improvements, it's really going to stand out and shine. I know that when I drive through Main Street with various people who come in new, I point out the different things in the history of Tahlequah, from the Cherokee Nation, the Capitol building, to our nice brick sidewalks from, you know, Main Street and what the city has done to help, and all the different things that if you're just driving through you might not notice, but when somebody's pointing them out to you and you think, well, wow, they have pride in their town, their city. I want to live somewhere that's going places, that's not just standing still, and that are making some great improvements to make it a good place to live.
And Patty, I think most of us feel that same way. We want to live in places that are proud of themselves. And so those are the kinds of improvements that we're after. And it was a really great point you made about what I call our other major institutional partners in the community, Northeastern and the Cherokee Nation. You know, I'm very proud of the improvements that they're making as well on their campuses and their properties. The tribe has done a fantastic renovation just right down the street at the Supreme Court building. I think it's going to open in April.
Yes, in April.
And it will be a museum in the future, and their Capitol building is slated for similar kinds of improvements and renovations. Just fantastic, and there's lots of facelifting going on at Northeastern right now.
Oh, yeah.
President Betts and all the staff up there that's responsible for that are certainly to be commended. I think that it's all tying together, and those things that we're doing as a city government should be very complimentary of those other kinds of improvements that are happening both on the north end and the south end.
Well, we have a great partnership here, great leaders who will partner together and make things happen together. And I think that's why we're so
It's
great.
absolutely critical.
It goes back to people being so friendly in Tahlequah. That's one of the things that we hear all the time is people are so friendly in Tahlequah. Well, not only are we friendly, but we have that spirit of cooperation and that willingness to work together to make things better for all of us.
Tahlequah has always been known as a progressive community too, and I'm thankful that it has. We're small. Our resources are fairly small in comparison to some of the other larger places, but I think we figured out ways to get the best bang for those bucks that we've got.
I think you're right there. Thank you so much for being with us
My
and sharing
pleasure.
everything that's going on, and definitely we'll have you back to give us an update at the end of summer, because it should be a good one this year.
I'll look forward to it, Patty. Thank you, and Kate.
We'll be right back.